Hey guys, welcome to the Two Dogs Podcast. I'm Dr. Ingky.
And I'm Dr. Ellie here. Now, we are two doctors who run this podcast. We talk about generally anything, other topics, not so much on the medical
not so much
side.
medical.
And as promised this week, we're going to be talking about how to teach the value of money to your kids.
Children, yes, to kids.
So, when it comes to kids, a lot of them, they will start off being spoiled by parents. Most of them.
Definitely.
And it's normal, especially these days where parents are more affluent as compared to our time when our parents were more into the struggling phase. So now that a lot of us have that ability to give more, we tend to, not scrooge or not stinge so much.
Yeah, definitely. So lately, I brought my kids for a short holiday. All right, I brought them to Legoland. Stayed there for a couple of days,
nice.
Very nice. They enjoyed themselves. Of course, when we came back, they asked, when's the next time we are going there? And then I had to tell them that it's not that cheap to actually travel there. And that's number one. And secondly, we need to work to earn enough money to bring them there. So of course, they didn't really understand.
Okay.
Right? They said, you can always go there anytime. The place is always there. I said, no. To get there, we have to travel, we have to pay for fuel, pay for accommodation, and when we are in the park, in the theme park and all, we had to pay for food as well. So I said, we have to save money. And hence, growing up, so my kids are 7 and 5. They don't really have a strong concept of money and what money can do.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And they think that everything is affordable because, as you say, everything when we buy for them, everything can. Example, let's say if they're walking into the supermarket and they want to buy a drink and you realize, hey, you know what? Okay. Just go and buy this. Just go pick out that one drink. So for them, say, hey, I can buy anything. My parents will buy me anything that I want. But they do not know the value of the dollar.
Correct.
Right. So,
Correct.
So there are definitely ways to actually teach them that, hey, money comes through hard work. All right. It doesn't come easily to most of us.
Yep.
And hence you don't simply go and spend.
Correct. I think it's the same with my kids. Now 11 and 8, so they know the value of money a bit better now, especially my son. Daughter is learning. However, didn't pick up as fast as the older one. But you're right. When it comes to us spending, we don't think twice as much anymore when it comes to doing the daily spending.
Yes.
The daily necessities. But when it comes to the larger items, when it comes to, let's say, gifts for the kids or larger ticket items, and when I say larger, this is like 100 ringgit or so. That's large enough already. I tend to like to, let them think through and ask them, do they need it? But let's run through some of the tips that we may have on how to teach the kids value.
Okay, so first of all, I would generally nowadays I would actually get my kids to do chores.
Okay.
So we have a small timetable,
All right.
or a small schedule, whereby we list down certain chores. All right,
Such as
taking out the trash, such as washing their own cups,
Okay.
after they're done, and helping around the house like sweeping and mopping as well. So every time they complete the task, we will give them $1.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
we will give them $1 because, but the dollar comes only after they complete the task perfectly well. It means
Alright,
that they
alright.
can't do it half-heartedly and
Okay.
then
get away with
expect,
it.
Yeah, and then expect a reward. No, they have to complete the task, and after that, then only we will reward them. All right, and then after that, we would actually tell them not to use the money. And
Okay.
put it into their piggy bank.
Okay.
Then at the end of the month, we open the piggy bank to see how much they have, and then it's up to them whether they want to spend or they want to save.
Interesting. I read something like this. They call it giving your kids a commission rather than allowance. I thought that was a very nice
good.
way of putting it, because allowance is just mean like a pocket money, fixed money,
Yes,
fixed
it's fixed.
salary.
It's fixed.
Whether you do, you don't do. Hey, this is for you.
Correct.
Go. You can buy food in school. You can use it for when you go out shopping. You can buy whatever you want. That's giving. Well, giving a commission like what you're doing literally means it's attached to a task.
Yes.
And I like the idea of how you say it has to be done correctly.
Yeah.
What happens if they don't do it correctly? You don't give it at all, or you actually apportionate it?
No, I don't give it at all.
So it's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing because in life is like this, you can't do something half-heartedly and still expect the same reward. A lot of times when you are doing some tasks, right, especially if you're in a contractual job, the contract states that you have to complete the task first before the payment comes in.
That is true.
So if you don't complete the task, the payment doesn't come in.
And I think this is important to start them as young as possible, because if we don't start them young, they will go into adulthood thinking that, hey, I can just do half-hearted and I can still expect pay.
Full payment.
Yeah. So the argument with a lot of younger working generation is, I've already given you my time, my effort. Even if it's not up to your standard, I deserve to get paid for the time I gave it to you. But if we train them from young and says, if you don't get it done right, you're not getting paid at all.
Yes,
it's
correct.
all or nothing.
Correct.
So get it done right, get it done the way that it's supposed to be done.
Correct.
Then you get paid for your due time, due effort.
Correct.
I think that's a very good habit to have. So guys, don't just give an allowance.
Yes.
Give them a commission.
Yes.
Attached to a task.
Correct.
Whatever the task is. And I think there's so many tasks we can do at
There's
home.
a lot of tasks that you can do.
So
at
many
the house.
tasks. And aim for excellence. Don't aim for half-hearted.
Yes, don't aim for half-hearted. And I've actually read somewhere that it's also a good way to motivate your kids, especially if your kids do not like to do a certain thing. All right, example, if your kids don't like to read,
Okay.
all right, what you can do is you can reward them after they finish a book.
All right.
All right, make sure they complete the entire book, and then of course quiz them a little bit. Otherwise, they just flip through and say, I'm done. No. Quiz them on what's in the book.
Yep.
Right? Ask questions.
Yep.
And then once you realize, hey, they did read through the entire book, then you can reward them. Again, you can give them a slight commission. So what happens is then it gives them a positive reinforcement. Hey, when I finish reading a book, I get a reward. Of course, over time you can actually cut back on that reward because over time they will have already found joy in just doing
Just
that
doing it,
task.
yeah. Unless you're like my nephew. Now he just won't do it until he's like, how much am I getting paid if I do this? So there's a slight avenue of it backfiring.
Yes.
How would you manage that?
Okay, then I would say, well, then don't do it. Then don't do it. It's okay. It's fine. Right? If you don't do, then it's fine. It's your loss. No, it's no one's loss. But I would say it is how you put the message through. Yeah. It can't be, hey, in order for you to make money, you need to do this task. No. Okay. You do the task, and then as a reward, this is the reward, right? And sometimes you can mix it up a bit. It doesn't even have to be money. It can be other stuff, small trinkets.
Correct.
Take it out for ice cream.
Correct.
Small rewards.
Sometimes part of my reward system is not just the money. Part of the reward system is going out for walks. Going out for a bicycle ride. I don't attach so much on the iPad TV time.
Yes.
I attach it with things that I need to do with them.
Correct.
Because that has a higher value rather than the iPad, which for them it's not a value, but for them it's just pure fun. Yeah. Right. The other one that I like to do with children to teach them the value is, if they want to buy something, I tell them not to buy it first. Let's do a price comparison. Let's get 3 comparisons from different places. You can go online, you can go to a different department store. They're all enough. So they know how to compare, and then just get them to memorize the price, price, and even online price. So I didn't realize this was something I used to do. No, so I was brought up where my parents don't really buy me toys. So I save my own money. I get 20 cents a day. And when I get the 20 cents, it just goes underneath my stack of clothes. I don't even bring it to school. So over time, 20 cents times 1 week, ringgit. And the first Transformer toy I bought was 9 ringgit and 50 cents.
Oh wow, those were the days when you can get Transformers for less than 10 ringgit.
Yeah. Now no more.
Now impossible.
No more. Oh, and couldn't buy Optimus Prime.
Oh,
The
you
cheapest
cannot buy
one.
Optimus Prime for 10 ringgit.
No.
Confirm cannot.
That one is like 100 ringgit back then. It's still very expensive now.
Yes, correct.
So it's some whatever character, I don't even know, but I just wanted a robot. So I had to shop around to see which is the cheapest one also. And finally I found one which was below 10 and got it for 9.50. It taught me a few things. Number one, it taught me memory work. Because now I need to memorize where has what. Number two, taught me the value of comparison. And even saving that 20 cents became a big deal for me. I felt like, hey, I could get it 20 cents cheaper in this place compared to the other one. It was a big deal for me. It wasn't a big deal for the parents because they were not approval of it anyway.
Yes, right.
Yeah. But then after that, when you purchase it with your own money, there's a sense of achievement. So same thing now. I try to delay the purchase if it's something day one. The ones that they need, okay lah, that one.
Yeah, that one usually you buy.
I have to get lah. But if it's the things that they want, we'll delay. We'll say, let's do some comparison.
Yes.
Do a little bit of research. Can even check on Shopee, Lazada. It's okay. Then we see which one is more convenient. It starts to teach them also factor in delivery fees. So whatever that's displayed, you learn the back end value of it. So do price comparison.
Yes. So
it's a fun activity.
Yeah, it is. So price comparison plus they need to use their own money, right?
Correct.
It's very important.
Correct.
Right. One thing that I'm doing my kids now is we actually play a lot of Monopoly.
Nice.
We play a lot of Monopoly because Monopoly helps with two things. Helps with their own money management.
Okay.
And helps with their mathematics. Right? Helps with their addition and things like that. And subtraction, and also helps with their future planning. Because so what I realize is both my kids, right? My first and second, they both have very different they both have very different views on money.
Okay.
So my older one, all right, he will buy a lot of properties.
All right.
Every time he land on property, he'll buy. The reason why he said that the more property I have, I can collect more rental.
Okay.
Then my second one, on the other hand, is something like me, a little bit stingy. All right, when he lands a property, he doesn't want to buy. He said, no, I only want to buy this few property because they bring the most value. All right, and I don't want to buy the rest. All right, so he already has his goal. So he'll keep his money. He might even go like a couple of rounds, just buy. He'll go a few rounds on the Monopoly board
Just to save and land on the one that he wants.
You go around a few times on the Monopoly board and just only accumulate like 2 or 3 properties.
Okay.
All right. So at the end of the day, he'll be cash rich and everyone is just dirt poor, but you have a lot of properties.
Okay.
All right. Then of course there's different strategies and play already lah.
Yep.
Right. So but what I like about Monopoly is it allows them to experiment with money. Allows them to think, if I spend my money now, will I get back the returns later? Or if I save my money now, all right, do I get to buy the things I want to buy later? Yeah, maybe they don't get, maybe they keep saving and someone else bought their property.
Okay.
It has happened.
So sorry, I'm gonna interject first. So the chances of them winning, who gets a higher chance?
Well, it's hard to say. Again, Monopoly,
it's a bit
there
chance
is
also lah.
strategy and then there is luck as well,
Yeah,
because you are rolling the dice. All right, you're actually rolling the dice. But it's a fun exercise to have.
Correct.
And then they attach value to the, even though it's paper money, is it has no value, but they attach their hard work to it because they've gone through so many rounds, accumulate so much cash, and then you watch them pay one another.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times, right, it's very reluctant. You say, I really don't want to pay. So it's like really using their own money, but this is like an exercise. So I would say Monopoly is a very good way to actually train very simple financial matters with your kids.
That's true. It I think it trains financial equity. Equity. How you view and how you want to use money.
Yes.
I also notice when my kids play Monopoly, there's a transition. There's an evolution from what they used to do and from the very greedy, I want to win all, to the point now, if my son is leading, or even if he's a bit on the losing side, but someone is losing worse than him, he donates money.
Yes, it happens.
It'll be like, here's 100 extra.
Yeah, it has happened as well. Yes.
Hoping that later someone will help you out, or if it doesn't matter. It forms a different character. So I would say Monopoly is actually a very good family game to play, although it takes a long hours.
It takes
a long time. And then it trains sore loser attitude to be better.
Yes, exactly. Especially if your one of your kid doesn't like losing. Right. And when you play Monopoly, there are rules.
Correct.
But you have to stick by it, and it doesn't matter whether he's losing
or not.
He has to stick by the rules.
Stick by the rules.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Another one that I like to look into more is saving. This one I read, but I've not done it with the kids yet. So what they've done is usually just dump it into one piggy bank and that's it. But there's an article I read. It says, why set up one when you can set up multiple piggy banks?
Yes.
and each piggy bank has a different use for it.
Correct.
So when you save, you can actually decide where you want to save. Whether it's to buy something that you want, or it's meant for savings going into the bank, or it's meant for investment.
Yeah.
So you can separate out. So either you do it one at a time, or they get to choose.
Correct.
Because again, that will be able to see what is their character like.
Yes, that's right. That's right. So there's actually an exercise whereby they encourage parents to do with their kids, which is to set up 3 different piggy banks.
All right.
The first piggy bank is to spend. Second piggy bank is to save, and third piggy bank is to invest. But there are rules around it. When you put the money into the investment piggy bank, all right. So like for example, let's say they get $1. So what usually parents would encourage is to split the dollar into 3. So 33, 33 plus 33.
Okay.
So when the 33 cents goes to an investment piggy bank, that money cannot be touched.
Okay.
Cannot be touched. However, at the end of the year, that money doubles.
Okay.
Let's say you have already accumulated $1. That money becomes $2.
So the
parents will have to top it up.
All right.
Right? But the rule is you cannot touch the money in the investment piggy bank. Now, then you have the savings and you have the spending one.
Yep.
Now, the good thing about the saving and spending one is you can interchange them. It means you can take out your savings and put in your spending and then spend it.
Okay.
Or you can take out the spending one, put in your savings.
All right.
And there's another catch. You can actually take the savings and put it into the investment.
Okay.
But you cannot take it out from the investment.
Investment cannot touch.
Cannot touch. All right. So what it does is it trains your kid to manage their own finances properly, to forecast.
Yes.
Do I need to spend the money? Do I want to buy myself that particular lollipop in the future? If I do, then I cannot put it into the investment. And same thing, if I put in investment and at the end of the year you top it up and they watch it grow, they become a little
richer. They're richer than before.
They see the value in long-term investment. All right, in long-term investment. Because the problem is a lot of people nowadays, they want to become rich fast.
Correct.
That's why you have a lot of those get rich quick schemes and a lot of people fall for them.
Yep. And I think it's important to cultivate this investment mindset because, as you said, not just everyone wants to get rich faster, but a lot of people fall into investment traps.
Yes.
They put into an investment plan without realizing that you cannot touch the investment money for an X number of years. And if you do touch it, it shrinks in value.
Yeah, correct. So actually, what I did my kids was this. They would save up their money, then I will put it into a bank account, right, into a savings account. But what I did with them one step further was actually not to leave the money in the savings account. I actually took the money in the savings account and actually invested it for them. So of course they are too young to actually have their own investment account. So I would put under my investment account.
Okay.
All right. However, I will buy certain stocks and all, and I will put it into their iPad. So unfortunately, all of them have their own iPad for school.
So they can actually see the value.
So yeah, it's in the iPad, and there's an app that tracks that one stock.
Okay.
So they know the value of their savings or their investment, whether it goes up or down. And unfortunately, they cannot touch it. It goes down, also they cannot do anything. Because why? Because the investment is with me. Right? They can watch it go down, they can watch it go up. So the reason why I want to teach them that is because when you are investing, especially in very fast-moving investments like equities, when investment drops, you feel very sad. You say, I want to sell it. When investment goes up, I feel very happy. I feel very rich. Actually, you don't really have. It's not liquid cash.
Correct.
So I want to teach them that emotion of their up and down, and as well as I want to teach them that if you put your money in proper investment vehicles and leave it for long term, there are lots of benefits instead of taking it to spend. Yeah.
That is true. And again, this is future planning.
Yeah, it's future planning.
It's future planning because no one has taught anyone on the emotions of losing an investment.
Losing investment.
Everybody wants to win.
Yes.
But when you're on a downtrend, how do you manage it?
Correct.
Do you grit your teeth? Do you panic sell?
Correct.
Do you follow what your agent says and dump in even more money?
Yes.
So there's a lot of factors that goes into. A quick question. When your kids see that, right, do they just see the value of the share or do they actually see the total investment value?
They see both. They see the share and then they see the cost of their purchase. Okay. So let's say example, there's like 5,000 ringgit. Like we bought it for 5,000 ringgit.
All right.
Okay. So let's say it's 5,000 ringgit. So they can see their the value of their portfolio.
Okay.
Whether it's now
shrinking?
5,200 or 4,008. So they know the starting point. Or they know the starting point was 5,000. But now it's a little bit more or a little bit less.
If you don't mind, what app is that?
There's an app called investing.com.
Okay.
All right, it's very simple. Investing.com. It's an app you can open up as a widget as well. So it refreshes all the time. You can track. I think there's like few 100,000 counters, right? Malaysian counters, US counters, UK counters, all over the world, and it's a free app.
Okay.
It's a free app. You can use, or you can even use Yahoo stocks.
Yeah.
Yahoo also has.
I know Yahoo stocks,
Finance.
but Yahoo Finance only just gives you the share price.
But you need to key in how much your entry price. How much was the entry price? Once you key in how much your entry price is, then
the total value.
Then it comes out with the value of your portfolio.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that.
So allows your kid to check once in a while. But of course, initially they will check it very often. Or every day, like check it. And I told them there's no point looking at it every day. So now it's like once every couple of weeks they look. Oh, went up. Oh, went down. Oh, they're sad. Sad. I told them, be sad. It's okay, right? You have to manage your own emotions, right?
Yeah, but that's teaching them the value of money.
Yeah.
We're not teaching them to get rich.
Yeah, exactly.
It's teaching the value of money so that you know, one fine day you're gonna grow up, you're gonna have a wad of cash, or you have your annual bonus, and what do you want to do with it? If you're gonna put into investment, these are the risks.
Yes, correct.
The risk of it going up is great, but there's a risk of it being
down,
stagnant or going down, and then you need to manage that emotion.
Yes, correct.
So I think learning the value of money is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
One thing I like to do, especially during the holidays with the kids, is we embark on mini projects. Mini projects, we do things and then we try to get them to sell it. So there was one year we did mooncakes.
Oh, nice.
So I have to do the brunt of the work. They help to sell, but that one was more heavy intensive. The other one that was more fun for them was when we did butter cakes. So butter cakes is very interesting, very, very, very simple. 5 ingredients. They do all the work. I only just supervise. They do the pouring. They do the decoration. So they're heavily involved in the whole few hours of making it. Then they realize just how much work is it just to make one silly cake, right? But then we start doing cost calculation. Simple ones, just simple ones. So I do the bulk calculation, but just to show them, all right, this is the value of how much, divided by how many cakes. This is how much per cake is going to cost, and we're going to sell it for this. Let's see who wants to buy from you.
Interesting.
So it's okay. I mean, they make 70, 80 ringgit for one project, but it's attaching the value of you having to work for it, and then you having to open your mouth to ask someone to buy it from you. Although it's friends and family, they're going to buy anyway.
Yeah, but you still have
you
to open your
need
mouth.
to open your mouth.
You have to put aside your ego and open your mouth.
Correct.
That's right.
So, and that's the thing with a lot of, I would say, new people who work, even myself included. I wasn't used to doing sales. I mean, we are trained as doctors.
Yes.
We're not meant to do sales. We're meant to just sit there, and then the patient walks in, and then you just like, what can I do for you? What seems to be the matter? And then the back counter does all the billing.
Yes.
So we don't do sales yet. Over time, we have to uncomfortably learn how to ask someone to, make a purchase.
Yes.
Might as well start them early.
Yes. So, prepare your kids, all right? Especially financial matters.
Yes.
Because it will never be taught in schools.
Never.
So the only place they learn is either they learn at home or they learn it when they're adults using their own money, all right? So
losing it, especially.
Losing time, losing money.
Yep.
So there was one very great quote that I read today, all right? The quote is, don't prepare the road for your child. Prepare your child for the road.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, because a lot of parents end up preparing the road for the child. Make it easy for the child.
Pave it nicely.
Yeah. But after that, when the child starts to walk on the road, they realize it's not as easy. So prepare your child for the road.
Correct. And that only comes with adequate amount of training, with adequate amount of attention that you're going to give your child.
Correct.
All right, guys, if you have any tips that you've done with your kids on how to teach them the value of money, just drop us a line. We'd like to hear it from you. Please share with the rest of the people out there. If you like our content, please subscribe, share, and then we'll generate more content for you.
Yes, correct.
Until then, we'll be back again next week. This is me, Dr. Ellie, signing off.
And Dr. Ingky, have a good weekend.
Good weekend.